right. As we get the online servers, as we get live to the various networks, we'll do our hilarious banter.
Right? Look at this self-portrait over here. Look at that little
Classic.
beard.
It's your own bust. Perfect. I was wondering, so we're going to be reviewing Fogs a little bit, and if your kids said it in the right tone, would you consider it a swear word?
That's true, right?
It's like, it's not so much what you're saying, it's how you're saying
It's how
it.
you're saying it, yeah.
And fog is close enough
It's that tone behind it.
It's not the fog, it's how you said the fog. Go fog yourself. For
Playing bogs.
Listen, I like games, but there is a limit.
That's right.
All right. We should be live across it, and let's get the live recording going. The adult beverages are poured, the kids are asleep. Welcome to New Dad Gaming, a show about fatherhood, gaming, and new fathers figuring out their gaming lives. My name is Trevor, and I have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have an 11-year-old and an 8-year-old.
So this might be one of my favorite titles for an episode we've ever come up with.
I think so. I'm on that same page.
Hot fixes and spicy updates.
I mean, come on, that says it all, right?
Well, we realized in the preamble, all right, a bunch of our stories this week are just the updates from the previous ones.
Yeah.
So this is nothing but like a hot fix coming to you live. It's probably about 6 gigs worth.
Day one patches.
It's going to ruin your game dad night because but you're going to sit down and play, ready to listen. It's going to be nothing but updates for an hour. So you just give up and go to bed.
That's it.
But we will get into it. We have to start with some really big thank yous. So off the top, Jeff was able to participate in a guest podcast this week on the Professor Game podcast. Hey, Jeff?
Yeah. So Rob had me on Professor Game, which is an awesome podcast about just like gamification and how it fits in with life. So I went on, Trevor, and I was like, okay, so from this dad perspective, all this stuff happens all the time. It's kind of like this big adventure, this big like mini quest or side quest to life. So we had a good chat about like what that means, how games brought into it, what works, what doesn't. So Rob was he's very understanding. He doesn't have any kids of his own, but he understands that it's quite busy as is. So I will give thanks to him. Again, Professor Game podcast. He has a website, professorgame.com. And then he's also on Twitter at Rob Alvarez B. And he has, again, just everybody on his podcast is from different walks of life. So he has doctors, teachers, people that do yoga. He has us. So like it's like a big spectrum. So inviting anybody to go and listen.
Yeah, and kind of that almost scientific, philosophical type angle to it really makes it interesting with the various guests. So
Yeah.
excellent. So glad. Well, let's see how Jeff performed on the podcast. Go give it a listen. So we have an actual Gaming Dad victory this week. We got tweeted out. So firstly, it was a hot dad tip from Jeff earlier in the week. You found something on Red Flag Deals regarding consoles.
Yeah, it was just save the tax on if you could find a console in the stores. It was save the tax at one of the specific superstores. So just threw that out there, and I guess a dad got back to us.
Yeah. So now he unfortunately wasn't able to take advantage of the deal, but Luke, and that's at Luke Beek, Beek, our consoles finally in stock out in Ontario. Had to hit 4 different stores to find a Series S out here in BC, and Best Buy only has 3 left. Got to make sure my wife doesn't find out about the Superstore deal now, or I'm going to have to return it and wait.
Yeah.
But how do you not understand? It's out of stock. The scalpers, man. Love seeing the S. I've seen so much hubbub out there about the Xbox Series S, and it's probably just because the availability, but then also probably a little bit the affordability. The console is small and portable and a beautiful little feature to have in your home, and I think it's winning hearts and minds.
It won yours for sure. Like I think the form factor alone did it.
I love my little bookcase. It's great.
Yeah, that's right.
But Luke's got a great photo of his son proudly holding his new Xbox Series S in front of the Best Buy.
Yep.
God, that's such a great feeling as a kid.
I mean, right? Like, you could picture yourself there. I could see myself maybe with a Nintendo 64, just out in the parking lot of like a shutdown Zellers or something. Like, hey, I got one.
I did it.
Yeah.
Say, congratulations, Luke. Great purchase. You have to tell us all about the games you and your son are getting into on that great console.
Absolutely.
Now, on to the updates. For myself, unfortunately, it is a sad one.
No.
And it was tragic. I'm talking like Shakespearean style tragic. It was awful. Previously last week, we mentioned that my kids were off of video games entirely for the week.
Right.
Punishment because of how they were acting. It was like pulling teeth to do anything. Like they're not cooperating with bedtime, with dinner, with bath time, with, come and help with this. It really became a pattern. And ultimately, and sadly, something that works very well is taking away video games. There's just a very direct connection between video games is a luxury. It's a joy, and it's something nice we get to do if everything else is going well. And again, we've talked a few times on this show. It's really hard to draw this line right now because of the pandemic we've been going through.
Right. Yep.
It's very much like, look, we can't go anywhere. Just play some extra games. I get it. Like, we got to get through this.
Yeah.
Now we're starting to see light at the end of the tunnel. Things are opening up again. So you do have to scale back. But for us, that meant there's a lot of lenience
Yes.
initially around like, okay, it's going to be hard to come off of this much gaming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is.
So I could appreciate there's going to be some pushback, and we were good. But it really was a tipping point. It's like, okay, that's enough. No games. And I'll say they stepped it up. They actually did fairly well. It
Oh,
was
that's good.
they accepted it. They accepted their fate honorably, and they just picked up games. I'll say, like, for resilience, I don't know if you've seen the same thing. When you do take something away, it's sort of fascinating how quickly they bounce back into like good. Like, at first it's like horrific. It's the end of their life. This is terrible. But then somewhat quickly it becomes, okay, well, I'll just go play toys and color and do art. Have you found the same thing with yours?
No,
Whenever you've
I have
no?
not. No. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you. I'm like, no, not
This was
me.
going to be a really hopeful moment, Jeff. You were, well, so what's your experience then? So
Okay.
the band hammer comes down, you take the games from your kids, and you're saying there's no peace, no rest.
Right. Well, let's take my 11-year-old, for instance. He'll come down and he'll have nothing to do. He'll walk around and I'm like, what are you doing? Go find something to do. And I'll find him out in the living room on just an office chair, just spinning in circles. I'm like, are you serious?
Wow.
Like, this is all we're going to do? And he's like, yeah, I have nothing else to do. I'm like, there's not one thing. Like, there's no books. There's no, like, drawing, like, anything. And he's like, no, I don't want to do that at all. So,
Like your eyes slowly track to the left to the mountain of Lego. It's like standing right there.
I am this close to just garbage bagging, like, and just, like, deliver it to a YMCA or somebody that needs Lego because they don't play with it. So it's just like that stuff. Yeah, our basement's filled with toys. Just and they're like toys for his age. Go for it. No, I don't want to. So I don't know. You're living a golden age if they can snap back and
Yeah, maybe
play
it's,
with a sock or something. I don't know. Like,
man, so that removes some hope for me because right now, again,
Oh.
4 and 6 compared to like your 11-year-old, it's like, is that my future? Because right now they just they're just rubber. It's like
Yeah.
they were upset and then they forgot about it and then they got into the rest of their toys.
yeah, hold on hope. I have hope for you. I'm lost.
We'll see how this goes. Okay,
Yeah.
Now, so they do the week. They're in the week of purgatory, worst week of their lives.
Right.
And we are on the home stretch. This is like Friday afternoon. They come home from school.
Okay.
They are T-minus like minutes from playing their first game after a week of good behavior. Like the controller's in my hand,
Yeah.
coming down from on high. Okay,
Right.
here you go, son. Here you can finally play your ding. What's this email I got? It's an email from his teacher
Uh-oh.
who has written us to let us know that he has not been doing well in school.
Oh, see, you're at the finish line and that blue shell. That blue shell.
She did a blue shell. Oh my god. So she
no.
blue shells my kid and she says she was very much on the same track as us. It's like with after Christmas and with the pandemic and everything else like that, we like to give the kids a good amount of distance and time
Yeah,
to get reacquainted. It makes sense that at the beginning it's hard to get into routine.
Yeah.
But enough time has passed that like now we need to discuss your son. Everything is and again, it sounds pretty damn similar to what we talked about. Everything's a challenge. It's always like a bit of an extra effort. Like his attitudes are really off. We need to work on it.
Right.
It's just,
And you just slowly withdraw the controller, like, nope.
and I'm looking at him, and I'm looking at the phone,
Oh,
and I'm
no.
looking at him. And it's just funny. I'll tell you this. Like, and this is a very selfish thought, but I'll be honest about one of the first things that went through my head.
Yeah.
So I wake up with the kids every day. I do breakfast and like get their lunches ready, send them out the door.
Right.
And on Saturday is soccer and gymnastics for them,
Okay.
which is open back up.
Busy day.
Yeah. Sunday is the one day a week I get to sleep. The one day a week, because every other day of the week I'm up at 6 o'clock.
Oh,
Work is
geez.
very busy.
Yeah.
Life is tiring. So Sunday is the one day. And one of the keys that we found is that if they get to wake up and play their games, they will
Oh.
stay quiet and busy.
Perfect. Yes.
Because as soon as we wake up, it's like, okay, time to like go outside and do some other stuff. So video games is kind of the cornerstone to me getting that one day of sleep a week. And it's gone. It's gone,
That's
Jeff.
it. Your day of rest is no more. Get back to work.
So I'm looking at him. It's like, to punish you,
You have to take a hit.
I have to punish my Sunday
no.
sleep is, which is like I said, that's not the most important thing of this. But
No, but-
if I'm honest, one of the first thing that goes through my head is like, oh, I can't sleep on Sundays anymore. Damn it.
So maybe instead of a blue shell, it's like Bullet Bill. It just knocked you out as well as like you just took out the whole family. Like that's it. This affects
So-
everybody. You're all done.
But we held firm. I mean, it's the way that's got to go. And
Yeah.
this time it wasn't a timeline. It was the guy. There's no. Not only that, we actually upped it a bit. There are no games. There are no screens.
Whew.
Like this is nothing. Like
Yeah.
guys, like. And I was trying to. It's funny how conscious I am about how I'm trying to teach him these things. Where I'm sitting him down because he's obviously upset about it. And I'm explaining it to. It's like it's not. It's this school's difficult for you.
Yeah.
And right now he's in a different language. Like we're trying to put him through French school.
Okay.
So it's especially difficult. So I have all the empathy in the world for him. And I'm trying to explain to him, this isn't about you being good at school. This isn't about you getting it immediately. This isn't about like just,
Yeah. Right.
this isn't about the
level and
capability in it. This is
Yeah.
about the effort.
Yeah.
This isn't about, I expect you to get all A's or you'll never have joy in your life. I could care less for that stuff. What I care about is you trying. And if you don't try, and if you don't try to make other people's life who are trying to help you easier,
Yeah.
that's unacceptable. So, if you're trying and you get bad, whatever, we'll talk, we'll work on it. Like effort is what matters here. And
Yeah. Absolutely.
you're not showing the respect, you're not showing the effort. So it's just,
Yeah.
I want to sleep on Sunday, man. Come on.
That's a hard one, man. I don't know. Like that's I get you though. Like again, it's just the behavior, this is your currency, this is the consequence of that behavior. So you show that and then this is what happens. So you'll learn the lesson pretty quick. And unfortunately you're just part of the collateral damage.
Yeah. They've had one cheat. I posted on our Twitter. I recently came across, I was able to acquire a steering wheel.
Oh nice.
Right,
Yes.
a steering wheel for games, and I'm huge into Horizon, so like it was a great victory. And they saw it, they got super excited, and it's like, okay, so
Okay. Cheat day.
you guys have actually been, and actually it was like, all right, if you guys like eat all your supper, and if you do all your homework, like you can have like 5-10 minutes of racing, because that's goddamn cool, right? Like like a whole race car steering wheel and everything. It's like, okay, we'll
Absolutely.
put this in the context. So that's been their one cheat so far. The
Okay,
only
that's good.
So people, just in case someone noticed the timing on Twitter and wanted to call me out. So
It's just a motivator now. You want the wheel again? You gotta.
now, all right, we should move on. I do one last part. On the Sunday,
Your day of rest. Yes.
my now ruined day of rest.
Right.
Like I come down the stairs, and the two of them, aren't they, cuddled up in the same blanket on the living room floor playing this magnet puzzle. It's a magnet.
Oh.
You might have seen this one. It's like Mind Games. There's like 100 cards. All the cards have a picture of something, and you have to remake that picture with various shapes.
Gotcha. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And aren't they just wrapped up in a blanket together, quietly piecing together this little puzzle thing?
That's adorable.
I was so suspicious. Like my eyes could not have gone narrower. It's like,
Did you check underneath the blanket? You're like, are you hiding the Switch under there? And you're just like, shut up, shut up.
it's like really? Like this is what you're doing? Like you're gonna swing that hard into like Hallmark card style good
Yes.
kids?
That's amazing.
It's like, oh papa, we've made you breakfast. It's like, really, kids? Like what? Like do you never want to play a game again? So I
Right.
take your games away, and the next day you're absolute angels.
Yes. That's
Like,
how it
are you
works.
trying to poison your own drinks and never play a game again? So I'll keep folk up. At present, there will be no games for them until things improve. Like there's no set timeline. This isn't a week. This isn't 2 weeks. It's just until we get on the right track. And this lesson is really driven home because it's important.
Yeah.
Like you have to help people who are trying to help you, and you have to put in effort. Until that drives home, no games for them. So we'll see where we get.
Another lap around the track, right? Until you finish. Very good.
Yeah. But some of our kids are playing games. Your kid is playing games. Your kid is playing games on PC. And with every passing day, he is learning new techniques like the butterfly click
Yes.
on his new gaming mouse. Another hot, spicy update from the gaming dads.
That's
Why don't you fill us in on what happened since last week?
Yeah, so if anyone didn't catch the last episode or a couple episodes ago, it was just gaming mouse is new to me. Trevor and I think, grew up on the old ball and chain mouse. And now I was told by my son that he can't do Minecraft PvP or Bed Wars or his server that he runs, that he can't get the amount of hits in because his mouse doesn't click fast enough, and he's got like a cheapo mouse. So I said, well, okay, make a couple recommendations. We'll keep him on a list, on a Google Keep list, so he's in on that, and we'll see the sales. So this one happened to go on sale. It's a Logitech Hero 502. It's got like, it's okay. So this thing is okay. It's crazy. It comes with weights, Trevor. You could put weights into the bottom. I didn't know any about this, but the weights go in the bottom. You can make it however light or heavy you want. The whole thing is just rainbow lit. You can control all of it. The software downloads. You can control how the kind of like the detail of the optical sensor and how fast it will register the clicks. Wow. So my son showed me how to work this thing, and just the comments of just what a butterfly click and CPS clicks per second, I will say it was new language to me, and I think it was new language to a couple of our followers, where
Yeah.
we did get some comments. One from Jordan LaRose, again, JLA_15. He's like, gotta brush up on my butterfly click game. Totally understand where Jordan's coming from. And Smashing Game Time at Smashing Game Time without the A. As a new dad in gaming, I have no idea what a butterfly click is, and I'm too afraid to ask. I am right there with you.
I think that's the consensus of this podcast. Is like,
Absolutely, because I did not know, and I had to do some YouTube videos on it, some homework. And also Princess Kitty Mew Mew at PKMM Positivity. Yay, he got one. I'm like, yes, he did. He is happy as a clam. So we are all up in here with gaming mice and Minecraft going on. So that is my update.
yeah. So and also at Martinez mostly.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Sorry,
I had
yes.
no idea what that was until your stream.
Yes. Again, just like a new world. I don't know. Learn something every day, right? Learning doesn't stop.
All right, so now, what's his review like? So is he nailing these like butterfly clicks? Has he noticed a uptick in his gameplay? Like, what's the result of this?
He absolutely has. He has experienced some great shoutouts from his friends. He told everybody on his chats, like what he got, and they're like, "What? That's wicked!" And then he got into the game. He's like, "It's amazing, Dad. This changes my game." I'm like, "Well, esports. Let's get you on a team."
Let's go.
But no, he's really happy with it. Again, like what we got him was just for virtual school, and it was just kind of like this cheapo mouse.
yeah.
But this is a professional tool. It didn't cost too much, so we waited for a sale. I'm not spending $70 Canadian on a mouse. So yeah, he waited for it. He got it with his own money, and it's his. And everything in that room is now RGB. Like everything is going off on different colors all the time. So he's happy.
Amazing. Gaming Dad victory. That is
That's
awesome.
right. I think so.
And you can now brush up on your butterfly click as well.
That's right. I have to learn that technique. Yeah,
Coming soon.
absolutely. Yeah.
Spicy Dad update. Another one.
Yes.
So this one's for myself. We can keep this one pretty quickly. So I got you'd help convince me to go ahead and get the Backbone. So this was the Backbone. It is a game controller that attaches to your iOS device. It is, of course, for iOS gaming if you get into Apple Arcade. For myself, it was more with the connection to Xbox Series S and also game streaming to the cloud with Xbox Ultimate. The theory was that, okay, this will enable you to play more games, more mobile, and also on some nights where I really just want to zone out and play my game, I can also be close to my wife. Like, I really like that, even if it's just there's something as much as it is funny the way that you could say quality time, because there's obviously quality time where you're just like you're locking eyes and you're discussing the world's problems and like everything's going great,
Right.
but there's something to be said about the comfort of a happy marriage when you're just beside each other and you're utterly not interacting, but you're there and it's
You're
still
there.
awesome.
Yeah, it counts.
It's something that I like a lot. And absolute aside, was it you that turned me on to Wordle?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe.
Yeah, that's right. That is like 3 or 4 episodes ago. You were doing the family thing.
The family one. Yeah, yeah.
My wife and I do Wordle now every day.
Oh, there you go.
Speaking of like devices and spending time.
Yeah,
So really quick aside, an update within the update.
Nice.
So Wordle's great. I pull up on my phone. My wife and I struggle through it every time. It's wonderful.
Good combo. Yeah.
So I wanted to play more games, but do it in a way that I could actually be present with her and just be in that same room. Works great. It's fantastic. Like this game streaming has actually really come along since when I first got the service.
Perfect.
Initially, it was very much just you can't. This is great in theory, but there's enough drops that it's like this isn't
Not
really
gonna work. Yeah.
doing it for me. That's vastly improved. You have to be a little careful. Ultimately, like you're not gonna be able to do any Twitch shooters or like super high defined things, but there's plenty of games you can absolutely do. And having this portable device that just snaps into your phone anywhere you are, get to playing it.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Like it's awesome. I think the theory I continue to try to prove is trying to bring games to wherever I am to enable me to play as many games as I can with the limited time that I have.
That is a good case for Steam Deck, which is going to be your next.
Oh, jeez, no. Please talk me out of that one. Because it's just like as a gaming dad with so little time, like any kind of little time that you can eke out to be able to like find that minute of gaming is fantastic. So in my eyes, like a little device like this was great. And the device itself, it's gorgeous. A reviewer said, if Apple was to produce a device, this might be it. And I'd agree with
that's
that.
sleek, eh?
Not quite. He was being a bit
Overzealous.
a bit of overzealous, but that's in the wheelhouse. It is very, very nice. Now, sorry, I do want to circle back with what did you just say? I've already forgotten it, but I wanted to circle back.
Are you gonna do
Steam Deck. My goodness. Like, what's your impression of the Steam Deck? Are you going to get it?
It's a little rich for my blood, but I would totally. It's gotten good reviews. So the reviews are popping out right now. The game reviews, I think, go live at the end of February. But so far right now, it's got, like, it can handle pretty much anything that Steam has right now. And just the amount of money that you could save, Trevor. So let's say, because Steam deals are pretty.
Sorry, just
frequent.
let's really nail that down.
Yeah.
So when you buy a Steam Deck, you're not spending money.
No, you're
saving money.
Future purchases will be like 90% less.
Okay.
Right? But yeah, I'm interested in it. I don't think I'll purchase it, but I am interested in it. And especially like right now, it's not really available. Everyone's on wait lists for when that delivery date is. But yeah, it looks really cool. I don't know. I wasn't really interested at the beginning, but
seeing the reviews,
it's seeing the reviews, and I'm like, oh, PC gaming, I could do that on the go, kind of like the Switch. It's just more powerful, right? Like I could run things at high settings. Well,
not to mention, geez, like avoiding the Nintendo tax and getting back into every game,
every single game you could get, again, saving money. Are you trying to convince me, or are we
I am
convincing
not.
each other?
We can't do We play around a lot, but most of our purchases tend to be sub 100. This is
I'm really thinking Valve is listening to the show and they're like, send them 2 units. I mean, they're dads.
Gaming
They're
dads.
down on time. Send them.
it'd be a very worthwhile review.
I think
Now,
so.
just that actually comes back to the Backbone really nicely. There's something I do have to try. Steam does have a streaming service to your device. Now it's with a game. Now I do have a gaming PC.
Okay. Yeah.
So the way it would work is much like streaming my Xbox. Is I just have my gaming PC
yeah.
on the network, and then it will stream to my phone with the Backbone with the controller.
Okay.
So in a matter of fact, it could actually reopen my entire Steam library, which I have not cracked that thing open in ages. So
Okay. So you have your own Steam Deck kind of ready to go.
I'm just saying, it's sort of a poor dad's Steam Deck. It
I like
seems.
it. Now do I get sold on the Steam Deck or on the Backbone? What am I doing here, Trevor? What are you trying to do?
Okay, so a Backbone you can buy, and it's $100.
I know, but
Like,
I don't have a gaming PC, so that's
your
not,
son has a gaming PC,
well, that's true.
so you kind of have a gaming PC.
That's right, and he has Game Pass, so
I know what it'll be
I
like.
could stream a whole bunch of stuff.
He will be in the midst of a game, and all of a sudden it's like his will shut down, and yours will start to stream. You will come in and steal
That's it.
his gaming from.
I have the family
Dad.
app. I could just block him out and go online.
Sorry,
Like,
son.
no, it's mine.
Streaming time. Now, speaking of cracking out the old consoles, we haven't touched it in a while.
Yeah.
There seemed challenge for you last week was to dust off ye old PSVR, which you hadn't touched in a year. Mm-hmm. And there was some video proof of this on Twitter. So how did the old PSVR treat you and the family?
I don't live a challenge down, Trevor. I get right to it. So we go from super portable, easy, get up and play. This VR was hard to set up again. I'm glad cords come with numbers because and I had to find the attachment for the PS5 because the camera doesn't attach.
That's
You have to get
right.
the little adapter thing.
So as
which
far as
was-
I love the thought of you it's yeah, I'll dust it off. This could be fun. And then you're setting up. You're like, oh yeah, this is why.
This is why I don't do it. So after I got everything set up, I called down my 8-year-old and I just said, I have a surprise. And he's all like, I'm in the middle of a game. I'm in the middle of Minecraft. What do you mean?
Shut up, old man.
I'm like, what are you doing? Don't interrupt me. But I showed him Minecraft VR and his head, it just exploded. This thing is pretty cool when you get inside of it. And obviously that game kind of lends itself to that kind of experience. Doesn't need to be high res at all, but it is pretty awesome being inside Minecraft and just gives you that sense of scale again, right? So my 8-year-old was just blown away. He wanted to play, much longer than I allowed him to, but it's just one of those things where you can tell that their eyes get really strained really quickly. But he was having a great time, and there's 2 modes with it. You can be actually in how regular VR works, and then there's a couch mode where you're in a virtual room playing Minecraft 2D on a TV screen.
No.
So it's got best of both worlds that way, and I don't know, it was a really cool experience. And then I packed it all up.
For another year.
And it's back in the box again. But it was a good thing to kind of break out and gets me back into that love of VR again. You kind of forget about it, right? It's just one of those things. So
That was exactly the thing I wanted to zone in on, where I've often found with VR, it's a little bit less now that I have the Oculus Quest,
right,
because there's nothing. You just slap on the headset, you're in it.
yeah, you're good to go.
But even with that, there's a barrier. There's a physical barrier on I'm tired. I don't know if I want to get into VR and do the whole
Right.
thing. But when you finally get past that and you get into it, you're reminded how awesome it is.
Yeah.
This is crazy. My 10-year-old self is losing his mind that this is an available technology you can just buy. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
So this is very much about, I was curious to see your reaction of how much have you forgotten how amazing VR was?
A lot. Even just being in this game, I was just wow, yeah, there's a lot of, even the sense of color. I don't know, maybe my TV's bad and I need a new TV. But in that screen and just being that in that world and the 3D audio of it was awesome. And I didn't need any of with PSVR, you need the wands. But with Minecraft, it was just a regular PS5 controller. And it was just great to just sit on the couch and be in this world. So it was a good, I don't know, I kind of want to go back in it, but maybe, you know what I mean? I say that, but like we were talking about mobile gaming, it's just really, I don't want to be on the couch beside my wife with a VR headset on, but maybe that's the future of new dads. Who knows?
And you'll both be in the same world.
That's right. The metaverse, right?
Yeah,
Isn't
exactly.
that where we're going? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. You'll be a horse. She'll be a 6 foot tall Amazonian, like doing whatever adventures you want.
There you go.
However it would go. All right. Well, on that happy note, we'll wrap it up there for the week. Everybody, thank you so much for listening. If you'd like to get a hold of us, you can find us at our website, newdadgaming.com, or reach out to us on Twitter. We had some fantastic interactions this week. Love to see about the pickup of the Series S. Love to get all the reactions and hot takes to everything else we had this week.
Yep.
But it's fantastic. Like we've said a few episodes, it's one of our favorite ways to interact with people. So stop by, reach out. Would be great to hear from you. Your stories, your ideas, your feedback on the show at New Dad Gaming would be great to hear from you. If you'd like to subscribe to the podcast, you can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, any of the podcasting apps. As we have been saying the last couple episodes, we are really looking for ratings and comments this year as we try to reach out to as many gaming dads as possible. If you can spend that quick minute and leave us a review on Spotify or iTunes or any of the other ones, really helps out the show. Me and Jeff appreciate it immensely. And if you have anything else you'd like to shout out, or a reference or a link to like a Twitch channel or anything else like that, just let us know. We're happy to do so. Just send us a screenshot of the rating. Can't thank you enough for it, to get out to as many gaming dads as possible. So thank you everybody so much for listening. This has been New Dad Gaming. My name is Trevor, and I have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have an 11-year-old and an 8-year-old.
Hey, and just because you became a dad
Does not mean it's game over.
All right. See you next week.
See you later.